All right, all of you freedom-loving boys and girls, whoever you are, wherever you are, CLS gear. Hey, it's 2026, still early in the year. I'm going to try to keep this under 5 minutes. I just want to explain a few things that we're doing slightly different this year. First, on the website, and probably most importantly, you'll notice that we've trimmed down our listings or our offering of our normal products, and we have a new category called limited run. So we're going to take some of our older products that used to be available all the time. We're going to slide those into what we're calling the limited run. And then we're going to do that probably 2 products a month for the year. And there's a big couple different reasons behind it. But the most important one, the primary function is because we have a bunch of new products we want to bring to market. And as many of you know, go ahead and dog me out in the comments. We've talked about this, hey, I'm going to do this bib, or I'm going to do the barbecue, or we're going to do this. And we just don't ever have the time. So I'm trying something different, minimalizing, and then trying to, still give those opportunities. Like I've already had people asking about G3. So just to let you know, so this month, and I'm going to do a separate video on it, but this month it's the Scout and the Key DC. Next month, it'll be the G3 and the Gap pouch. So that's our limited run category. That other category that you see, BSS, that stands for Black Scout Survival. So we make gear for Jack over at Black Scout. I've always shown it off, but we're going to slowly start offering that on our website as well. The difference is, like over on Jack's, it's immediate, it ships right then. And a lot of the people want to do, the clandestine surreptitious entry devices, materials, the medical inserts, all those type of items for whether it's the concealment belt, concealment wallet, or the medical deployment pouch. But we're going to start off with the MDP over on my side. So stay tuned. That'll probably happen within a week, 7 to 10 days. I just got to get it built up because on our side, we'll offer it. So again, over on Jack's side, it's immediate and it is what it is. His colorways are his colorways. On our side, it'll be customized, just like all of our other gear is. So, we don't do the insert, and you'll get in line just like all the other materials, all the other products. We've got a wait time for that, a lead time. So it'll fit into that, but we're going to start offering that as well. Another small little thing is I'm going to start doing all the shock cord. I'm waiting on this to arrive, but once this high vis shock cord shows up, every month, I'm going to do a different video on one knot, and one knot only. I'm going to explain why. I think it's a knot worth putting in your hip pocket, or your, brain housing group, why it's a good knot. And I'm going to tie the hanging tags on all the products for that month and that month only in that knot. And then we'll move on to another knot. And I don't have 12 knots that I think you should know. I think you need to know between 5 and 10. So, but stay tuned. That'll be something we're doing. For last year, I started to put, shipping in these bags. Now this fits some of our products and it's resealable, but it doesn't fit all of them. So I'm trying to get larger bags, because if you want it shipped, right, you want your product coming in a bag. Well, I don't want it to be a bag that you just throw away. Why am I charging you, $2, $3, $4 for a bag that you're just going to throw away? These are really solid, really thick, very reusable, resealable top. So, put your crayons in there. If you're a Marine, this could be your lunch bag, right? You could just put a bunch of crayons in there. But all right, Marines, don't come and kick my ass. I'm just messing around, just messing. I love you guys. So we're going to do that. So stay tuned. I'm trying to find a larger. I hope I can get this in, and still get the logo and everything on it, but just in a larger size. And then, this is not going to show up because it's really light in here, and I'm still working on the lighting. So there's another thing. Stay tuned for this year. But that's actually loom tape. Now this has got binding tape over around the edges. We're not going to do it that way, but see our other videos, like in our SRDP rucksack things, the Edo, etc. That's going to be an available item. Like if you want a panel, and you can write on this and read it in the dark, and in the dark it glows, and it's a loom tape. So we're going to have those things available, but without the binding tape. It'll just be the square. Case you don't know where to get it, or if you don't want to go and get a big ass thing of it, I'll do it. And then, I always throw little knickknacks. So, we'll keep doing the stickers and stuff, but I'm going to do a couple other things, and hopefully this will show up. There you go. Anybody in the comments, before I say what it is, tell me what that bad boy is. It opens up cans. It's called a P38 can opener. This is made in America. Here, let's see if I can do that again. You know, that ain't some made in China. That's American made by the company. And I'm going to start giving these things out. They're just, I'm going to do little trinkets, hey, you spent some money. Here's a little something. Here's, again, stickers, all that kind of stuff, P38s. Maybe I might do Army men. I've always wanted to do it. And I know a couple other people do. So I've been hesitant because I don't want to seem like I'm copying somebody. But the Army men is a dang good idea. I think that's pretty funny. And I actually wanted to do crayons too. But some people would either be offended or would have no idea why there's just a crayon in your shipping bag, with all your stuff. But so that's just some of the things going forward. Oh, two other things. Social media. I just have to do way better in social media. So Centerline, CLS After Dark, if you remember that series, that's going to start up again. I think the 21st of January, it's going to be a Wednesday at 1800 Central Time. So we'll start that up. I'll have more information coming on that. So basically, I just have to do a lot more social media. I'm going to do a lot of small, short videos this year, just capturing, either something stupid or something interesting that happens, or a comment, or, or like I'm going to do a short one on somebody sent me an item at the end of last year, and I definitely want to show it off and give him a shout out and tell you where you can find it. I'll probably also do links to movies and books, videos, that kind of stuff. I already do that a lot over on the Gear Chat. We share a lot of information that way. But, if I'm going to have to be on Instagram, then I want to start sharing memes and other things over there too. So just going to try to get way back into having a lot more fun. And and something I totally neglected. And here, Steve, you know who you are, Steve L. He sent, this gentleman is so humorous, and it's dad humor, right? But, we got to also, there's a lot of serious things to talk about. Going outside in Mother Nature, it should always be a serious issue for you. If you take Mother Nature for granted, she will kick your ass, plain and simple. You'll be lucky if you get out there, just, get away with just missing some fingers, or, hypothermia, or, starving for, some days. That's your best case scenario. So don't, we got to take things serious. Mother Nature, something to take serious, but we also got to have a little bit of humor when we're doing things. So dad jokes. So Steve L, here's for you, sir. We're starting the year off, and I'm going to do a Steve L joke, at least one joke every video I shoot, because that's what we used to do. So here we go. And don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at Steve. These are just totally corny dad jokes. And that's how I'm going to end videos. So I'm going to give you two. It's a twofer on the start of the week. It's Sunday. Here we go. Grandma is mad at me. We were at church and she whispered, "Hey, I let out a large silent fart." And I told her she needed to put a new battery in her hearing aid. I mean, come on, just dumb. But this is a better one. I don't know if I could even get away with saying this. My kids don't like leftover tacos, so my wife said to throw them out. I did, and I still don't know what to do with the tacos. But ching. There it is. Welcome to 2026. There's tons of serious things, but if we can't have some fun and laugh about it and take it down a notch and just remember we're all human beings, then we're going to be in even deeper trouble. All right, everybody. That was a little bit longer. The ramble sets in, but there's always a lot to talk about, and I had to share the joke. So you know the deal. If you got questions, comments, reach out anytime. I'll do the best I can to help you out. Until then, all right, everybody, you know the deal. As always, keep thinking, keep moving, never quit. All right, everybody. Woo! We'll see you next time.